Hi guys, this is Wendy Argenbright from Moore Public Schools Ed Tech Department. We have received a lot of requests from teachers to provide a way for students to annotate PDF documents. And once we got the student devices, we were able to kind of explore the different options that were available to the students. And I think we found something that's going to work great for everyone. So follow me, please. We're going to go ahead and start with, this is my personal sandbox, and we're going to create a new assignment. We're just going to create a regular assignment. In the rich content editor, we're going to go ahead and insert a PDF file. So we're going to upload a PDF file that I've created, and that file is on my downloads folder. So I'm just going to go ahead and open that up. So we've just linked in any PDF file. It can be a PDF file from a worksheet that comes from the textbook company. It can be a PDF file of a Word document that you've created. This is one I created a Word document to test the external tool with Office 365. And so I simply saved a copy of it as a PDF file. Now, second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click somewhere within the actual title of the document, and I'm going to go to my link icon, and I'm going to create an auto open inline preview and click update link. What this is going to do is it's going to allow the students to see the document without necessarily having to upload it. So then we're going to scroll down, and we are going to assign this as an online submission. We are going to allow file uploads. And then if anything happens, we're also going to allow text entry. So if your student has any problems or they're on a device that isn't touchscreen, you should always give them that opportunity. Just go ahead and do a text entry for the submission. All right, we're going to go ahead and assign this to everybody. Going to give it a due date. I am not going to give it an until date, because if I have a student that's out for quarantine for a significant amount of time, I want to make sure that they can still access these. I'm going to hit save and publish. We're going to name this Drawboard PDF and try it again. Canvas is really good about telling you when you missed something. All right, excellent. So this is how the students will see it. They'll see the link to the PDF document up at the top, and then they will see an inline preview. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and switch over now to a student view. So this is a student account, and this is my sandbox. So we're going to open this up from the student account. And you can see that they have an assignment notification. They also have that assignment on their to-do list, or they could go into their assignments or modules tabs and see that as well. So we're just going to have the student open it from their to-do list. Still has that same inline preview so that they can see what the document's going to be requesting. But we're going to go ahead and click on this PDF document, and Canvas is going to go ahead and download a copy of this onto the student's device. It should save it into the downloads folder. If your student is unsure where it's saved, they can always come here to the download toolbar. They can click this arrow, and they can either open the file directly from there, or they can show the file in folder. Now, if they open the document directly from here, it's going to open it in the browser. This is not where the students can annotate it. Okay, we are going to actually use an app that is available in the Moore Public School section of the Microsoft Store. So you're going to show your students how to go down to the search bar. They're going to see Microsoft Store at the top. If they don't, they can simply type Microsoft Store at the bottom. We'll come up with the Microsoft Store app that's already installed. If they're signed into the system using their Moore Schools account, they're going to see the Moore Public Schools tab across the top. If they're not, have them click on the circle icon on the top right and sign in with their Moore Schools account. When they click the Moore Public Schools tab, it's going to come up with all Moore Public Schools vetted applications. The Microsoft Whiteboard is an excellent app that students and teachers can use to annotate. Autodesk Sketchboard is also something that's very useful. We are going to, and we've actually already installed it, we are going to go ahead and do a search for Drawboard PDF. Now, this one's already been installed on this particular device. Okay, so it says this product is installed, and you can launch it directly from here. You can also go through the install process, walk your students through that. So once it's installed, they can enter that search bar, and this time they're going to search for Drawboard PDF. What I would like for you to do, if you plan on using this app frequently in your class, is to go ahead and have the student pin this app to their taskbar. That's going to allow that app to exist on the bottom of their screen so that they can see it quite quickly. All right, so we're going to go ahead and open up this Drawboard app. First time it opens, it's going to take the students through a very quick tutorial session. This is actually the last file that we had open, so we're going to go ahead and close that. But the main menu is right here on the left. So when they click the main menu option, I'm going to go ahead and close the one that we're working on. You can open or create your own document. So we are going to go ahead and open the document that we've saved. We're going to hit File Explorer. And we're going to go to Downloads. And there's that file that we just downloaded from Canvas. They do not need to resave it with their own name unless that's something that you would like to do. It's completely not necessary. So this is the PDF file that they've opened up. Now, another thing that they need to do is they need to make sure that this Touch to Annotate button is selected. The first time they open the Drawboard, it will not be selected. And so they will only be able to annotate using their mouse and the touchpad, which can be really cumbersome. So we want to make sure that they're able to use their finger on the touch screen or a stylus. So that's already created. Now, this spin board right here is all of their toolbars. So the pan button is kind of like the select tool. So when I have the pan button selected, I can zoom in, I can move the document around, I can locate different sections of it. So now my touch screen is used as a mouse. If I press the pen button, now my touch screen is an actual writable inking surface. I can use my eraser to go through and delete stroked items and go back to my pen. Now, I'm going to be using an actual physical ink pen that has one of the little stylus buds at the top of it. So these are the super inexpensive ones. They can use their fingers if they want. They can turn this into tablet mode and it works very well. And so they can simply ink directly onto the screen using their stylus or their fingers. The more you can teach them to zoom in using the pan button, the clearer the annotation is going to be for you to read later. So then we're going to go back to the pen. So they could answer the questions directly with their stylus or their pen. They can also draw. There are advanced settings on here where they can draw shapes, they can add texts, lots of really good features that you and your students can kind of explore. And so we're going to go back to the screen. Now, make sure if they need to move something around, if they just use their stylus or their finger at this point, it's going to draw a line, right? So they're going to want to make sure that they have that pan button selected so that they can go ahead and move everything around. If that tool disappears, they're just going to click on the bottom of the screen, and that's going to bring that toolbox up again, okay? So they can also zoom in and zoom out directly from that feature. When they're in pan, they can scroll around. So if you want them to draw a picture at the bottom, they can definitely go in there and draw a picture. Explain processes. They can use Loom to record their voices just as we're doing here. Excellent feedback for your students, excellent ways for them to ink and return. All right, so now they've inked the document, they need to submit it. So they're going to press the 3 buttons up at the top left for the menu icon. Their document is here. They're going to click on the save icon, and that's going to save the exact same file. It's not going to rename it, it's just going to save their updates. Now they can go back to their canvas, which is still open, and they can hit the submit button. So here's their canvas. They're going to submit the assignment. Notice they have not had to rename the file at all. All they're going to do is go to the File Uploads, choose the file. It's in the download. You can see the date modified time has updated, so we know that it has the saved changes. And they can submit that assignment. Now, from the teacher end, you're going to log into your account. And on your dashboard, you're going to get the little notification that tells you that you have an assignment to grade. Let's see, we're going to open the course. There's that to do. So I know I have one student who has submitted the grade, the Drawboard PDF. So I have the to do. And here's the student's assignment. Annotated exactly the way they showed on the screen. You can assess it, give the grade, a comment. You can also go in and make annotations as well. You can add comments, you can record your voice, and then you can go ahead and submit that. So, really excited about this. It is already available on all of the student devices. You don't have to sign up for an account. You don't have to do anything else. So, thank you so much for your time. And if you would like me to come and demonstrate this to you and your students, just send me an email and we can go ahead and get that scheduled for you.